Buddy, and welcome to Mugen Battle number 436, and here we have a nice tag team request for Supernova1698. And in this fight, he wanted to see, whoop, I gotta click this again, gah. Anyways, we're gonna see Blossom and Bubbles teaming with each other to go up against Shang Tsung and Shao Kahn. And this battle will take place on a selected stage. I guess we'll do the wrestling arena stage. Haven't done that in a while. Hope you enjoy, folks. Alright, let's see how the girls do against these two evils. Let's see, Bubbles decks Shang Tsung with a couple fists, and then Shang Tsung does a teleporting slam. Let's see, Bubbles does a sonic scream. Blossom lands a super fist on Shao Kahn as Bubbles tries to approach Shang Tsung. Let's see, and Shang Tsung trying to punch, whoop. And Shang Tsung tried to do a teleporting uppercut on Bubbles, but she caught him with a roundhouse. And Shao Kahn levels Blossom with a giant knee. And then Blossom does a multi-hit boomerang bow to Shao Kahn and Shang Tsung. Shang Tsung gets reeled in by the Arctic Blade. And then Bubbles lands a super fist on Shao Kahn into an I-beam cancel. Let's see, and Shang Tsung gets tripped up by the ice puddle as Blossom lands a super fist on Shang Tsung. And it looks like Tsung is almost down as Blossom misses her super fist as Bubbles gets an extending crown on Shang Tsung. And Blossom fires off an I-beam on Shang Tsung, finishing him off as Shao Kahn shoulder tackles Blossom. And now both girls have to double team Shao Kahn as Bubbles gets in to do some close combat fighting. And then Blossom nails an Arctic Blade into a freeze and then an ice puddle as Bubbles gets an extending crown. A roundhouse to Shao Kahn. And then Blossom lands a nice aerial combo. And then Bubbles lands a nice I-beam on Shao Kahn as he falls. Whoa, and Blossom gets uppercutted. And then Bubbles gets an Octi Blade off. And Blossom lands a super fist on Shao Kahn. And Bubbles trying to spam roundhouses in the corner. And both girls take out the Emperor. Damn, that was a pretty vicious fight. Let's see, and Blossom shoots out a freeze, and Bubbles misses, and Blossom gets a slide kick aerial uppercut on Shang Tsung. Oh, excuse me, on Shao Kahn. And then Blossom does another slide kick aerial uppercut on Shao Kahn, and then does a multi-hit boomerang bow. And now Bubbles about to shoot some electricity off, and then Blossom gets an electric grab into an uppercut on Shao Kahn. Bubbles hits an extending crown into an aerial kick on Shao Kahn. And now it looks like Tsung is taken out as Blossom shoots out a giant freeze breath on Shang Tsung. Bubbles follows through with a sonic scream. Blossom gets a hand beam off. Oh boy, and then Blossom gets a boot in the face. And then Blossom sweep kicks Shao Kahn, who tries to hyper knee her. And then and Bubbles sandwiching Shao Kahn with some rapid fists. Then Blossom gets a super fist off on Shang Tsung. Let's see, and whoa, and then Blossom gets knocked down by a forearm. Blossom gets an Arctic Blade on Shao Kahn into a freeze ball, freezes him up. Allows Bubbles to get a super fist off as Blossom tries to shoot more Arctic Blades, I-beams, and hand beams from afar. And Blossom gets an Arctic Blade off on Shao Kahn into an ice clone. And then Blossom lands another super fist. Shao Kahn getting beat senselessly here. Let's see, and then Shao Kahn trips off the ice puddle and then gets frozen in midair and then hand beamed. And then does a multi-hit boomerang bow as he gets back up. Oh, and then Bubbles sweep kicks Shao Kahn down, gets a couple fists off. Let's see, and then Bubbles gets an Octi Blade off on Shao Kahn. and then Blossom reels in Shao Kahn with the Arctic Blade to finish him off. Oh my god, there's two Bubbles on screen. And Shao Kahn's rule is over. Yay. And what is this? I did it. I'm superior. Well, folks, hope you enjoyed that battle, and stay tuned for Mugen Battle number 437 coming soon. Later, peeps.